and it's just ridiculous. It doesn't make no
Well,
sense.
look, first of all, no private sale and no pre-sale, so there's no private group that is like somehow going to dump on your head. Plus, Pulsechain launches at $0, zero value. Like there's already good for tax reasons because you
Right.
can't tax something that has no value. So if you send money to basically, technically, the reason it's called a sacrifice is because it's supposed to be a loss, right? You just sent it and hope that one day maybe you will see something better. But there is not supposed to be any expectation of profit from this project on purpose, because in most jurisdictions this would be classed as a security, and that is the entire point, not to be a security. Because I think Ethereum sure hasn't been classed as security yet, but there are aspects of it that could potentially in the beginning have been classed as one. I don't know. I'm not super up to date on this topic, but that's the main thing to avoid.
Okay, so can I ask you one more question quickly? So if I participated on sacrifice phase and you launch it like say within few weeks, the money I sacrificed, would you give me the crypto? Would you give me the same amount of Pulse chain to my wallet?
So there was a sort of a point system conversion rate. You could look at the exact details, but basically on the day one, I think for every dollar you would have received 10,000 pulse. I mean 10,000 points, which would or could be converted into 10,000 PLS tokens upon the fork.
All right, so it's a bit more complex. I got it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so basically that bonding curve went up every single day after like 5 or 10 days, I don't remember exactly, but the later you got into the sacrifice phase, the worse your rate would be. So you wouldn't get 10,000 per dollar anymore, but you would get like 9,000, 8,000, whatever, depending on when you
Yeah.
sacrificed.
Mhm. Great. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much. Now, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same thing. As I said, I don't understand this pre-sale thing and sacrifice point of whatever.
I mean, it's
I just
very
want.
simple.
I just
You
wanted. I
sent
just wanted
money
something.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know how it works. I know now because there is a way. Connect your wallet and something like that, and send your ERC20 crypto towards this address, and then you just wait until you get it back.
Well,
It's the easiest way. But I just always expect something to turn up today from like 10K or something. Imagine Pulsechain's market capital start with 10K, and it came on today in Coin Market Cap, and I bought $1,000 worth of Pulsechain, and it goes like same like Hex. I'm a millionaire, right?
well,
That's what I've been expecting, like last whole year or two, but and could not find a single project. Like there were so many in 2020, but there's nothing after that. I could not find a single one which could give me a good return. Obviously, I'm new in here,
you have
so
one thing, BD. So you have one thing right. Being
yeah.
early, as in being very early or in the beginning of a project, is definitely the best strategy or like one of the good strategies. But on everything else, I would disagree. Like market cap does not matter that much. What does
Mm.
matter is liquidity. So the reason why Hex is doing well on average over time, obviously not right now because macroeconomic situation does matter, but what does matter is low liquidity. That's one of the reasons Hex is doing so well. I mean, sure, you're right. If it was 10,000 market cap, most likely it could, but market cap doesn't matter that much because it's a product
Yeah, I
of
mean,
price
imagine,
times
I
circulating supply.
don't know how how Hex started because I was not in the beginning. Did Hex had any pre-sale or sacrifice phase or something? I don't know. But if I would have put my $1,000 or a couple of $1,000 in the beginning, I do not have to worry about my life. Even I sell any time of the point from
I
now
think
on.
for Hex there was two ways. There was if you held Bitcoin, you could just free claim Hex depending on the
Wow,
amount of Bitcoin you held. So you didn't have to
my
do much
goodness,
other than just free
that's
claim,
that's
and
that's even better,
and
isn't it?
the adoption amplifier which used Ethereum, so you could send Ethereum and you would
Mm-hmm.
receive hex. So those are the two ways, unless there
Mm-hmm.
was some other way that I'm not aware of, but I think those were the only two ways.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's it.
personally reclaimed hex using Bitcoin. I mean, I wasn't a big Bitcoin dude, but I had
Mm.
some, and then I just purchased a little bit more before the date when it happened, and then I just dumped it right after, so you could get more hex.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's that's what you expect. Like Hex was
But
giving
this is what I'm
free.
trying to tell you. Look,
Yeah.
you missed the sacrifice phase, right? Big
Mm-hmm.
whoop. You can do something now, or well, nobody knows when it's going to launch, so you're going to take a little bit of risk. But I would recommend looking at what ERC20 to hold before the fork that could potentially get you the most amount of pulse. And it's not going to be Ethereum. That much is certain because Ethereum will be converted 1-to-1 to PLS, and that's the worst in my opinion, because one since PLS will be much more like there will be a much higher supply than Ethereum,
Okay.
it'll be worthless. So if you're
Mm.
holding anything on Ethereum that you believe in, I would recommend any other ERC20 than uh, Ethereum. So Hex, obviously, in my opinion, would be the best because it is spawned mostly from the reason that hexagons are paying high as fuck gas fees. So those guys are the most interested in Pulsechain. There will be probably others, but we do have to acknowledge that it's primarily hexagons who are interested in the beginning.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you. Nice talking to you. Cheers.
No worries. Hey, one quick question before you go. How did you actually hear about Pulsechain?
Joe Perez from YouTuber,
Okay, cool. Joe
and
Paris? Paris like the city Paris or Paris like
Joe Perez or something. Hold on. What's his name? Joe. He's very popular. He's the best. He's the biggest investor on Hex from the beginning.
Joe
Joe.
Perry, you mean maybe?
Yeah, Joe
Oh,
Perry. Yeah,
Paris.
Joe Perry. Yeah,
Paris.
Joe
Yeah, yeah,
Perry.
okay. I got it.
Joe Perry. Yeah, Joe Perry. He's an amazing guy. He was telling everyone when the Bitcoin hit 17,000, guys, I'm
Oh
selling
yeah.
everything. Yeah, he goes to everyone, guys, I'm selling everything to buy crypto now. I do not care. And is this is the bottom. He keeps going, is this is the bottom. Is this is the bottom. We are rolling from here. And he was right. I mean, anyone could buy anything on when Bitcoin was 17,000. If you would have bought any crypto, like anything, Polygon, Uni, he was talking about everything, you would have made your money 3 times or 2 times. Easy. But I thought it's gonna go more down, so I didn't buy nothing. But I'm new, so I don't know. Only thing I want to do is just to get into a good project like Hex, Pulse Change, or like something like Polygon Matic or something in the beginning. So because I don't have $1 million in my pocket, so I'm a working class man. I'm trying to. When I looked into the market last year, like about January, my head was spinning. I could not stand up. I was like, what did I miss?
Yeah.
I couldn't stand up. And I was like, my wife is like, are you okay? I said, you wouldn't know. I mean, how did I miss $1 billion? Imagine you missed $1 billion. I mean, I'm a simple working
Yeah,
class
but
man.
people, everyone, I mean, people missing $1 billion opportunities all the time, every day. I mean,
Mm.
if you get a seizure every time that happens, like you're gonna be just living miserable life. But good
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, you
No, no,
have one
I'm not
strategy, right?
miserable.
Being early is good, but
I'm not
try to
miserable.
focus on that. Everything
Yeah.
else, like all the other shit, is just noise.
Yeah, there's no point to be miserable, but imagine like I entered the market in 2020. God, me. And you bought a couple of $1,000 worth of hacks or anything. I mean, every single crypto was shooting to the sky. Anyway, so
Woulda,
we are on
shoulda.
Pulse Chain. We are on Pulse Chain now, so let's see what happens. But lots of crypto, like nowadays, it comes up with this pre-sale or sacrifice phase, which I don't like. I don't know why, because that's not fair. Because a lot of people don't have the chance to get in, and by the time you enter, you're already missing 20,000%. So it makes no sense, to be honest, to me, because you want to do something fair to everyone.
Yeah,
I
Well,
want to
but
do it.
there's
Say if I
I
was
would personally say, BD, that the sacrifice phase, compared to all the other token sales, in my opinion, is still the most fair approach. You cannot fight the very fact that when you miss something or you're late, you can't state that it's unfair. Like, there is a reason, an argument to be made that to reward people who are early, than those who literally come up, to the boat the latest. Because how else is the project going to gain any traction if nobody's interested in the early days and just call it a scam or whatever, right? The first people need to put their money where their mouth is.
yeah, and I might add, I don't know how much you would have liked to put without the expectancy of receiving something back, because we sacrificed those
Yeah.
money, close to two
Nobody
billion
here.
dollars. So nobody can say that I want my money back because we sacrificed it.
Yeah. Everyone here lost their money, theoretically. I don't know how comfortable you are with that. I am perfectly comfortable with it because I only put in as much as I'm willing to lose.
Yeah, obviously people
And if it
gonna.
never happens, then so be it. But I am following it very closely. And if you take one look at the testnet or try it out, you know that shit's working, and it's working pretty damn well, and all the products that build around it. So, I don't have any doubts about it, but I'm sure other people would not be comfortable with the sacrifice, and or that's why they wouldn't do it. And then when it launches and then the price goes whatever 500x or 10,000x or whatever the fuck the moon math you want to do, then they're going to
Yeah,
come here and be like, oh well, it's unfair, you guys gave the early. No, like, everyone was able to do it, you just maybe didn't know about it, and that's, whose fault is that?
yeah, it is true. But loads of projects could turn up. We say like, look, say like we got a pre-sale or sacrifice phase. Do you want to do it? But that could be a scam. But pulse chain, like from
How
someone
would you do it, make it more fair?
like no, something like no, obviously something like pulse chain from Hart, Richard Hart or something, someone like proper developer who is launching a project is not gonna be. It's not gonna be a scam. No chance. I mean,
Oh yeah.
even if it's a scam, someone like a proper who had a big project before or something like that. Say Ryoshi comes with another Shiba Inu or something. You're not really gonna think that it's gonna be a scam. So a lot of scammer will have the opportunity to take the opportunity to grab the money from people as a pre-sale or something. But I don't know. But anyway,
The
I
irony
think
is that the guys in crypto who tell you such things as guarantees or whatever are usually the ones who end up taking your money and scam or rug pull. Richard doesn't
yeah,
do that on purpose. He literally tells you, look, this is a sacrifice. For all you know, this money is
yeah,
gone.
no, he would never
But if
do
you
that. But
believe
that's
in
what I'm
it,
saying.
you better do it.
If Richard would say, okay, fair enough, we're launching Pulsechain, we're coming on every the date and the time or something like that, or if it comes like say everyone gets to know within a week or something, still is 100% up or something, for an example. But problem with problem with sacrifice phase and pre-sale is it has already killed 3 zeros by the time it comes to the market, which gives you basically
No, you
20,000%, 30,000%.
still
You are
equating sacrifice
limiting.
amount to the market cap or the
Mm,
liquidity, but
mm.
it's not. That money just went somewhere, and that economic
Well,
energy isn't
as I
technically
said,
in Pulse Chain,
as I said, I don't really understand this part
which
properly
is
as well.
why I'm
Anyway,
explaining
so,
it.
yeah, yeah. So I'll wait until it's launched and see how it goes. But
BD.
hopefully, I mean,
So
hopefully, finger crossed. There.
listen a bit.
Hopefully.
Listen a bit. I'll try to explain. So market capital, it's a simple calculation of the last price of sale times the total supply. So it's just an effect, it's not a cause. That amount of money you are seeing in the market capital is not real in any token or crypto or asset out there. It's just a simple calculation to give you an idea of the volume, but in reality that money is not there and it will never be, because if you try to sell 1% of the supply, you'll totally crash that asset, because the liquidity pools are much smaller than that market capital. So if you try to sell 2 million bitcoins, you'll drop the price of bitcoin to nothingness. And then the market capital will be the last price of sale times the total supply. So all of the sudden, the market capital will be much smaller, even though you sold just a tiny bit of it.
Yeah.
I thought everything works together, right? So, for an example, market capital is the holding money at the moment.
No, so
So if-
BP, I'll give
No.
you an example really quick so you understand. So if I created a token tomorrow, well, what is the market cap of Bitcoin? I think it's like a trillion or something. I don't know, whatever it is, right? Let's say it's a trillion on CoinMarketCap right now. If I create a token tomorrow, and I issue what, like 1 trillion tokens, just create them out of thin air, and I make a trade, or a friend of mine makes a trade for $1 for one of these tokens, instantly the market cap becomes 1 trillion US dollars. That is not what happened, right? There is no fucking 1 trillion US dollars economic energy in this, or volume in this project. There's just one guy who did one trade for a single fucking dollar, but because it is multiplied by the circulating supply, which, in this case, I just issued a trillion of them and they're all available to buy, or at least circulating in this moment, or he buys all of them, doesn't really matter, then that's what the fucking market cap is. So it's a vanity metric at
okay,
most, but it's super useless.
I thought if you create a coin today and 10 people bought for $10 million and they hold it, this is the market capital. $10 million. Do you
No,
understand?
no. So
Nope.
market
Because they
Nope.
have
capital
as
is
soon as
it's a
they
simple
sell it,
effect. It's not
as
a
soon as
Correct.
they
graph.
sell it, so if someone
So
sell 1 million,
But that's
let
the
me
whole
finish.
incorrect.
industry,
Let
the
me
whole
finish. Let me
industry,
finish. Let me finish. Let me
BD,
finish. Okay.
allow me to
Now let
speak
me
a bit.
finish. Let me
Allow me to
finish.
speak.
Now, Mr. Adrian, let me finish. Say, for an example, you created a crypto and 10% bought for 10 million, right? This is this 10 million, and if they're still holding it, 10 million is the market capital.
No,
No.
Whatever is
no.
the holding money
No.
is the market capital.
But that's wrong. Like, look, just Google market cap calculation, like the formula. It's a very simple formula of circulating supply, meaning the available tokens on the market, times the last price, the last trade price. So that shit changes all the time anyways, because right now the trade might be, well, 5 minutes ago the trade was whatever, $5 for one token, and then the next minute it was freaking $3 for that token. So suddenly you have a huge change in market cap between 3 minutes ago and now.
Yeah, if people sell, then obviously price goes down. The market capital goes down. People buy
Yes,
it,
but
the
the
price
market
goes.
capital is a product of price. It's not the cause for the price. Do you understand? If the market cap itself is made up of the price and something else, it can't say anything about the price going forward, first of all. And secondly, it doesn't mean what you just explained. Like people buying for 10 million and holding does not mean the market capital is 10 million.
So you saying if I buy 10 million worth of HEX now, the market capital is not going to go up?
It
will
might
go up.
move, but it's not going to be adding 10 million into the market cap.
It will add much more than that into the market
Yes.
capital.
So yeah, I mean, as I know that everything works together, it links each other. So buy and sell and everything works together. That's what I believe. But pre-sale
Well,
and
it's not about beliefs. This is literally like STEM, man. This just math and science. You can just confirm it based on what it actually is. You can look up both the numbers online all the time.
yeah, I
Circulating
know.
supply of any given asset. Sure, there's different tokens that have different circulating supplies, and some of the supply circulating supply isn't that transparent. I fully give you that. But
Yeah.
that is a number that can be verified. And the price, or the latest price at any given moment, can also be confirmed. So you can always 100% of the time calculate the a market cap based on those two metrics. But once you understand that those two metrics, what those mean, you understand that the market cap does nothing for you. It doesn't help you with your decision making. It doesn't help you with where price might be going, because it's a lagging. If anything, I would say it's a lagging indicator. Like you become smart after the fact. Like once you know it's what happened, then you can say, okay, well, that's happened. But it doesn't help you with making any decisions whatsoever. It's a vanity metric. It's just to say, hey, look, we are the biggest guys. And even that isn't necessarily true, because I can literally create a token tomorrow, and many people do all the fucking time, and just make a ridiculous market cap by just buying it for $1 or $2 or whatever. It doesn't even matter. I don't need to put in that much money. I can basically, the point is that the market cap can be highly inflated versus the activity that actually happened in the token. I don't need to put $1 trillion into my token to make it look like I have a $1 trillion market cap, period.
So the whole industry is booking on the fact that people are not understanding market capital.
Yes. And CoinMarketCap, by the way, which are a bunch of fraudsters, but okay, let's just give them one benefit of the doubt. They actively remove coins from the page one because of this problem. Do you understand? Like you can go to page 3, 4, 5, 6. There's so many like shitty coins you've never heard of that have like trillions, billions, whatever market cap that just are complete fake, because they have a trading volume of like 5 transactions in the last whole fucking month. But because the last transaction matters the most, it shows you the market cap of that last transaction. And if that just happened to be,
I've seen that. I've seen that some of the cryptos has 300, 400 million market cap. How is that possible?
there as well, because on page 3 as well, because CoinMarketCap does not understand the circulating supply of HEX, or is actively trying to suppress it.
Super confused, man.
Well, just
I just want Pulsechain to start with 10K market capital with loads of
it doesn't matter, but okay, whatever. We'll just let it go.
And then I just buy loads of like a couple of $1,000 and I become rich. That's all I want.
Nobody is going to become rich on on market cap, and anybody watching CoinMarketCap or opening it on a regular basis is going to get wrecked, because nobody is getting any valuable insights from CoinMarketCap. I'll put my fucking hand in the fire for that. Why do you think the majority of crypto is getting wrecked all the fucking time? Most people are plebs. The only people who make money, are founders, creators of coins or exchanges. Or like some people who hold over a long time. Like if you held Bitcoin since day one, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going good, man. It's going good. I'm feeling dizzy. I can't stand up because I figured out the crypto market and I can't stand up. I just like, what did I miss?
Don't miss anything, man. Don't miss anything.
I know. I'll make it. I'll make it. Trust me, I'll make it.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm just wondering if, I know it sounds like a basic question, but you guys think that the bull run won't come back? Maybe that is the finish, is the end. Now the crypto is mainstream. All you guys got rich. All the, the OGs here in the chat just, I guess, $1,000. 2019, now they're millionaires. You think now it's finished, man? My question.
What do you mean finished? What does the definition of finished mean for you?
It's like it's the end, bro. Sorry, I know you, man. but man.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you believe in data, as in looking at past data and making future decisions based on it, which it is something that you do have to believe in. If you don't, then we don't need to continue the discussion. But look at markets. Look at all markets all the fucking time. They are cyclical. You're gonna get people absolutely fucking wrecked in them because people lose faith, such as yourself, as you're saying right now, right? Or guessing. And that's what people want, because that's how you get a discount in this market, or in any market for that matter. You wash out people with weak hands, then you buy their bags, and then boom, up we go. And then you get in the next suckers.
Yeah. Don't make mistakes. Contact me. What do you want to buy? I'm just joking. I'm new in the market anyway. Uh, yeah, lots of projects. This is really scary moment. I bought something and suddenly it's not there anymore. And I was like, what's going on? And I consulted with one of the guy I know. He said, don't fall into addiction because it becomes an addiction. Sometimes you're just constantly buying things.
Yep. Don't
So
trade. Don't fucking
you
trade.
got to understand. Don't just jump in anything. You got to understand who is doing it and where is it coming from and stuff like that. So and as I was
If you're emotional and you're trading, you're gonna probably get wrecked.
yeah,
Try to be
hold.
patient, zoom out. No. Try to be patient, zoom out, do your research, even if it takes you months. What do you have to lose? Like, you'd rather spend a couple months researching the thing that you're gonna put like a shit ton of money into than to make irrational, quick decisions and then get completely wrecked. I mean, that's so obvious to me.
But Tavi, yeah, you're right, bro. You're right. It's just we're in this point that like
Yeah, but
like
people's emotions,
it's like
people's
it.
but
Hey
people,
man,
Finish.
yeah.
it's just I feel like the market is not like it's not crashing that much. Like it's not crashing that much. Like everyone is
We
expecting
could
like
be
we could
stuck
see.
for another year. So what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
bro.
what?
But everyone, bro, like
Exactly.
everyone expecting like 10,000,
Fuck
10,000
everyone. Like,
K.
just what everyone thinks
Toby,
and focus on what you can do.
Toby, you are
Certified.
excellent guy.
That's all, bro. Let
Yeah.
him talk, bro. Like we're having a conversation, man. Like don't interrupt this. I didn't interrupt when you were talking, bro. It's not, you know. Okay, you can
Sorry.
finish.
Get what everyone else is thinking, because in most markets, majorities tend to be wrong. I'm not saying everyone is always wrong. It's just if you follow the herd and go with what everyone else is thinking, you're probably on the wrong path. You need to always critically think for yourself, and that's pretty much it for my advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you personally, Kobe, are you expecting 10K? Are you expecting 14K? Are you expecting which number you have in your head now?
Hey, on what? Bitcoin?
Yeah, like yeah, man. It's like
I
yeah.
don't, but I'm not focused on the number. Like, I know that Bitcoin is down, what, 83, 84% or something like that? No, not even. Could be even less. I don't know the current number, how much it's down, but the percentage is what matters to me. Sure. Could it go down exactly like last time? I think last time it went down 80, 85, 86. So that would be what, 11, 12K. But it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to hit that exact number. And also, even if it, like, why does it matter to me? First of all, I'm not buying Bitcoin. I mean, maybe a little bit, but if I was, I would just be buying right now, a little bit here, a little bit there, because I know that I'm getting an 85% discount. Or sorry, somebody correct me with the exact percent since the last high, but I don't have it in my head. But I know that I'm getting it for discount. The only
Yeah.
other issue, of course, is that Grayscale is getting even better discount, and therefore I don't want to buy it.
Yeah.
So, but how will this end up, man? With this grayscale discount is horrible. It's destroying the market, man. It's like
That's, I don't
man.
know, actually. I mean, it it could be that these guys will also have the opposite effect, right? You're getting 30, 40% discount, then you also get the opposite side, probably.
Actually, Bitcoin made a new all-time high on a grayscale discount. So I don't think this grayscale discount means too much.
It just means that if you're not buying via Grayscale, you're getting a shittier deal. and I'm not buying via Grayscale, so I'm not buying Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah, but
the market doesn't seem to care too much about the grayscale discount because the last bull leg that went up to make an all-time high, the whole bull leg was on a discount. So the market doesn't. The market's shown that it doesn't care about the discount.
Yep.
Mm. Got to it's got to make me rich in some point from now on. Something. uh, there's a lot of opportunities nowadays, I believe. But Bitcoin goes down to 12 or 13,000. I don't think it's possible. I think it's from here on.
It does not matter, and I'm explaining to you now. Look where we are now. Like, you might go down a couple of percent from the top more, but why does it matter?
It doesn't really matter now. The only
It
thing
doesn't.
matter
Like,
is
you're in a range now that
yeah,
you know is relatively close to the bottom. You don't need the exact bottom. Nobody
exactly.
needs the exact bottom. Like, there will be one or
Not
two people, or maybe a couple of whales, who will get the exact bottom, the capitulation wick, and they're gonna be like celebrating and
absolutely.
bragging on Twitter and all that crap. But that's all. It's just vanity shit.
You're absolutely right.
I know why. I know why. Because people is not timing Bitcoin. People is actually timing the altcoins. Because if Bitcoin drops from 50% from here, they know that their altcoins will drop 90% from here. So of course everyone is expecting this because BTC is it's the father of this market. It's like Hex. We had this before, like Hex was decoupled, but now this theory is lost. Now we're coupled with this. So no one is safe.
Maybe. I mean, there is a indicator you can use on TradingView called, oh fuck, what was it called? CC something correlation. And you can basically put it on any chart and then find any other asset like Bitcoin and see how much your asset correlates to that other asset like Bitcoin. And it's been fluctuating with Hex, it's been fluctuating between like 50% correlated to minus 80% correlated, depending on the bear or bull or whatever. So it's yeah. I don't know how reliable the statement of correlation is, because it seems to change based on whatever market cycle we're in. Top of all that, everything is down. Like in a bad macro market, all the coins are going down. Like, 'cause crypto is relatively speculative compared to whatever commodities, bonds, etc.
My opinion is that because Hex it's in the liquidity pools, it's paired with stables, it won't correlate that much. But what affects more Hex is adoption and the narrative at the point in time. So, for example, at the sacrifice phase, most of the people brought Hex and then sacrificed. So, of course, the price went up, and later on people saw that the launch is not here yet, so they dumped it and brought some other shitcoin
Yep.
on which they went on FOMO, and these things affects more than the that correlation to Bitcoin, because we are not in the liquidity pools, we have most stable coins, so it won't go. If, for example, in the liquidity pools Hex will be paired with Ethereum a lot, then the price of Hex will move following the Ethereum price, and Ethereum is following the Bitcoin price.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's brilliant, Dan. That's brilliant. It's brilliant. But okay, so we have those narratives going on in the past. Where do you think will be the next narrative from Pulse launch? What is your expectations for the future?
You are asking me what I expect from Hex or from what?
Yeah, like for the whole ecosystem. Like we have the Pulsechain launch, and then afterwards it should be some event that will pump the price in the next bull run that we don't know yet. So
I mean, the Pulsechain launch technically is an event, and I'm relatively certain that will pump a few things.
Yeah, it's a whole environment. Is not like you're launching one token. We're launching a whole Ethereum system state, so it's much more complicated. It's the first time when it happens in the history of crypto. So
When you want to talk about, if you want to talk about narratives, so one of the narratives is that Ethereum is going to solve gas fees, right? But that narrative is wildly incorrect. But I keep hearing it. But you know, it's not happening with this merger in September. It may happen in 2025, 2026. Who the fuck knows? It could be another 5 years. Once people understand that, the narrative will shift from, oh, well, look, the merger happened, the gas fees haven't actually gone down, maybe a couple of percent. And then let's say Pulsechain comes out and they realize, oh, well, there the fees are much cheaper. Like that could be a narrative. I don't fucking know if it's going to be, but I sure as hell hope it would.
yep. And the sentiments are playing a huge role in the market because in crypto you have to be aware of FOMO and FUD. FOMO is fear of missing out, and FUD is fear, uncertainty, doubt. And these things are working against the intelligence. So sentiments are more powerful than intelligence. For example, when Hex was going up, everyone was coming here and wanted to buy Hex, even though it was at the top of all-time high. When that was
This chat was
the worst
150 people. This
opportunity
voice chat was 150 people at that time.
I was
yeah,
here.
yeah,
I was here, man.
yeah. And now when Hex is at a huge discount, instead of people rushing in now to buy Hex, they have FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt, and they're not buying it. So it's a self-amplifying thing.
Which is why I said earlier, if you're focusing on what everyone else is thinking, then you're part of the herd mentality. You're not thinking for yourself, and you're probably going to get wrecked.
Yeah, I mean, like no one wants to get wrecked, no one. But yeah, it's also, I think it has a lot to be with greed. Like when people is expecting lower prices and so on and so forth. I think it's also an emotional thing, but we will see. I mean, I personally expecting like 2 cents a hex to accumulate more right now. I think 4 cents is too expensive for me, personally, in my opinion.
I mean, some people aren't aware of their own cognitive dissonance. So there were literally, I think I remember even 2 people in here who came in and were like hoping to get into Hex. But indeed, at the time that Adrian was talking about, like during the height of the Hex price, like close to 40, 50 cents, they were hoping for lower prices. I don't know where these guys are now. Where the fuck are they? They're not in here. Maybe they're buying, so I'll give them that. But I don't hear any like, oh my god, it's so cheap, let's buy. They only wish this shit when it's at 40, 50 or whatever, when it's all up. That shit doesn't work.
Okay, Toby, man. I mean, I think you know way more about the technicals than me. Have you seen? Have you
No,
seen
I
the?
I only know I've only been around for a while. Like I only look at data at the past and I see how things work, and then I make decisions in the future. That's it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I know guys have seen this interview with Eric Wall. The last one, I had Richard with him. Like he kind of was pointing out that like the Pulse chain will be like a mess, and he was saying like a lot of negative stuff. I think this particular interview was really negative for Hex. personally.
Are you talking about
you-
the Hex the interview from like 1 or 2 years ago, or the recent
no,
one?
the recent one, yes.
You know, he said he's going to buy Pulsechain at the end of that interview.
Oh, that Wall has sacrificed, and is probably also in Hex. Pretty likely, yeah, very likely in Hex. Actually, I think it's the other way around. He definitely has Hex, but I'm not sure if he sacrificed, but he would like to be in Pulse.
He was on Twitter offering to buy people's sacrifice bags.
You have to pay a bit more close attention to actions than words, because unfortunately there's also people in the space who purposely spread different messages or FUD or whatever for their own gain. I mean, fucking YouTube influencers do this shit all the time.
So do you think he's like podding Pulsechain and Hex so
I
he
don't
can buy at the
honestly,
low
I
or
didn't
something
see it
like
that negative.
crazy?
I didn't see it that negative, but I do think that he was acting, and I don't know why. I think it's probably for the controversiality effect. I don't know if you can call it that. Like, he was trying to be controversial so that you can make clickbait videos out of it, or maybe it's for the documentary. I don't know. Maybe somebody else has some guesses why Eric
Yeah,
Wall
that
is negative
interview
about
with
it.
that interview, especially for the documentary stuff. So I think he was purposely being like a troll, because he did say at the end of the interview, like, he's gonna buy this shit and it's gonna pump, basically.
Yeah, if you paid attention to the whole video, like the entire interview, and then at the end, like, he's been shit talking Richard and Hex and Pulsechain, right? He literally, I mean, it sounded very made up, but whatever. He was shit talking it, and at the end, he literally said, "Great work, man. I hope you will do well, and I will be in Pulsechain," or something like that. I don't want to paraphrase. So, make of that what you will.
Ross, so do you guys think that like Pulse, man, like in the next bull run, like it will pump hard and then we'll get like a lot of new users and then we will like multiply our buck like crazy? You think that? Because guys, those guys that sacrifice like millions, I don't know, man. It's like imagine if Pulse does 100x and those guys sacrifice millions. Imagine the amount of wealth though that thing could create. I'm not sure. It's just on the crazy.
Yeah, they're gonna be billionaires.
Oh yeah. So one thing quickly, if you do follow Eric Wall, and I don't know if you do, but believe in December or January this year, December last year, January this year, he did literally say, in a vlog format, whatever, that he was wrong about Hex. So you can go back at that, and he did the new interview after that. So I find it a bit weird. It's very somewhat contradicting. Why would he suddenly shit talk something that he just a few months before admitted he was wrong about?
I mean, he's crazy. He constantly changes his profile picture to a woman,
Exactly.
and he's just like the guy's just like he's out of control, man.
Well,
He's
he
like,
understands. So look, I don't. I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but Eric Wall and Richard are very alike, because they both understand outrage marketing. Nobody likes it. I know that people hate the outrage marketing term, but it's just because you don't like it doesn't mean it doesn't work. That's literally the whole summary of advertising. Like, who go on the street, ask anyone, do they like ads? Nobody fucking likes them. But why do you think companies spend billions on ads still every day? Because they work. whether you like it or not.
The whole point of outrage marketing is to hate it. So if you like it, it's not outrage marketing.
Yeah, like it's just look at news. You're gonna most people don't read positive news or like, oh look, this guy he donated some money to this charity. Like you're gonna fucking not pay attention to that. But God forbid they do some clickbaity art title like, oh, this guy completely scammed the school full of I don't know, completely ridiculous, outrageous shit. People love that.
Wow, crazy, man. Yeah, I mean, I personally fall in that group, man. I mean, when I see Richard doing this stuff, and it's like it's disgusting, but when I think it deeply, maybe you're right. I mean, this is the feeling that is supposed to, you know, do. So, yeah.
It's like I work about 10 to 12 years in advertising, and there's obviously this famous saying in advertising that says sex sells. So I like to update this because it's a very outdated saying. I like to update this saying to I came for the boobs and I stayed for the content. So, you know, you've seen it probably today. There's a lot of ways how people advertise using titties and whatever, sexy content. But then actually what's behind it is the actual product or maybe some information or whatever. This is how I see what Richard is doing and maybe also Eric. They say ridiculous shit and then they make a outrageous YouTube title and the usual ridiculous face, but then actually they have something of value to say afterwards. Are you going to completely disregard that just because they did something ridiculous before? No. I mean, I won't. I do agree that there's a lot of people who tend to completely disregard what anyone is saying just because of their looks or something they've done, something ridiculous they've done or whatever, but that's silly. It's literally the silliest thing you can do. If I trip and fall on my face on the streets and my pants fall down, but I'm a world leading economist, but that shit has gone viral on video, like, are you no longer gonna listen to me because I looked ridiculous for 5 minutes? That is insane.
Good point with the boobs. Richard should bring some more boobs in the videos, apart from his.
I
No,
don't I
it's
don't understand that why he doesn't like
it's
does the band Visual thing, like bring like woman, man. It's like will have more impact, I guess.
no, it's not there. It's basically state of your mind reflects your confidence and outlook. But obviously, you can't be perfect all the times. But if you are down in some time, you always see things are not happening good to you, which Toby just mentioned, which is insane, which is not fair. But um, success only comes like kind of you hold your nerves, stay steady, cool, and carry on. Like from here on, I can only see if I start buying Pulsechain, and obviously, in the beginning, which I apologize for, like sacrifice phrase or pre-sale about. But even though if it drops down and you buy more, and you keep your confidence on, or that's what I mean, and that will take you to success, to be honest. And like Toby says, you might as well have to wait another 1 year. So who cares? So basically we are all here for each other.
That's all. I don't.
Yeah.
I see your picture. It's like, do you
Yeah.
have an NFT like from Monkey, or it's like your NFT? Do you buy Monkey NFTs?
No, I just mess about. I don't worry about my profile picture. I mess about this all the time.
Okay. I just wondering, man, that since we're in a posting chat, I don't know.
I tell you about me, right? I tell you about me if you want to. I mean, I already private message you because when I like people, I text to them. I believe
Oh
being
no,
nice with people.
Don't do that, man. I don't
No,
usually
it doesn't matter. It's
private,
nice to
man.
be nice.
There's a lot
It's
of
nice to be
scams
nice.
over there, you
I'm
know.
not a scammer. I'm not a scammer. Look, I've got no intention of getting people's money. I am not a scammer. I'm nothing to do with no one. I'm a working class man. I tell you something. I play very high levels of cricket. Okay, I'm a cricketer, but I never been into crypto before in my life. Someone used to tell me,
South
why didn't
Africa?
you? No, I'm from England.
Okay.
So I've got a game on today, 6 o'clock. Believe me, I'll make it. Is one person is more than enough for my team, and I know it's me. I'm a very confident guy. But thing is, lots of people used to tell me, "Are you buying Bitcoin?" I used to ignore them. But when I looked into it, I was like, seriously, did I really miss this? But that's not a frustration. I believe what it is, loads of things coming, it's all crashed down. And also, believe me or not, I've been scammed. I entered in January, I had a crash. Everything I had to go through, I've already been through. But now, obviously, I'm trying to be nice with people. Do you know why, though? The only reason why is nice to be nice. But if people think I'm a scammer and I'm trying to get their money, which is wrong, they can shout at me, scream at me, bully me, or whatever they want. I don't care. I just want to be nice with
Yeah,
people
yeah.
because
No,
I believe one thing, right? I lost the potential of my life and lots of things in my life, and I missed out of a lot of things in my life. The only reason because I did not know how to be nice with people.
Oh, bro,
There you go.
what are you selling, bro? Selling something, or it's like a pitch, or I just
No, I basically I work self-employed. I work, and I'm not going to tell you my job, but I work self-employed. I play cricket all the time, and I used to basically, I don't know, never really tried to make money in my life. I just lived my life, I would say. So, but when you see, like, I thought, what am I going to do? Opening a pizza shop. I'm going to be struggling with stuff. No one wants to work for me because I've seen people struggling to get stuff. Then what am I going to do opening a restaurant? Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can only have a job which I can freedomly work whenever I want, which I have at the moment. I can go to work now or I can just have a day off. I don't care. So I always wanted my freedom of my life. But imagine I've been introduced properly and explained crypto to a couple of years ago or 5 years ago or 6 years ago. I could have been in a different position. But
Yeah.
now that I'm in and I'm trying to be nice with people, only reason because that could lead me to a success.
yeah,
So that's
BD.
what. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. So the default problem is that 99% of the people that are DMing other members in this group, they are actually scammers. Nobody said you are scamming, but the way to do it is spend more time with people here, getting to know them, and later on you will be able to communicate with them. But if you just send them a message, hi, by default they will block and report your account. And after three people are doing this, your account will be forbidden to send direct messages to other people for a few days. So that's why I'm saying do not send random messages to people. Firstly, speak with them here, say, I want to send you a DM because something, and then they will accept it. But otherwise, you'll get reported by default because there are lots and lots of scammers that scammed many people in this community.
All right.
In
Okay.
crypto. So whenever you're on crypto Twitter and crypto Telegram or whatever, there's always going to be these DMs like hi, hello, whatever. Like it's stupid because they try to get you to write back.
Oh no,
And then
oh no, oh
you
no. Yeah, yeah. I understand. I understand. There is a lot of
the
some
same thing.
guys.
So just be aware that you might get
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
auto
I
banned or
received.
auto blocked. So just be careful.
Yeah, I received that lots of time. Yeah, to give them the trust wallet phrase or something like that. Yeah, I had that. I had that already because I know, like in this group, obviously you responded first. Toby S. I don't know, and then Sean Diesel. Then you got like Adrian there, and yeah, I mean, you can tell who is trying to scam you anyway, because I wouldn't ask for any details to someone. If I say hello, how are you, how is things, how is your day, but so that's fine. I
The
mean,
only thing, the only people I would tell they're not scammers in this group are Adrian and Tom. The rest, I don't know, man. I just don't know.
I mean, what are you
you
going to
know what I
scam me?
mean.
I don't even have $1 million to scam me. I mean, if I
You
had
don't
a
need, you
million,
don't need $1 million. You don't need $1 million, bro. I mean, you need $1. You need a SIM card, a fake SIM card, and you
okay,
know.
I'll give you $20 now if you want. I'm just joking.
Yeah, do it. I will get them. I will buy flowers to my girlfriend. Don't worry.
$20. What are you gonna do with $20?
Uh,
Okay,
I
guys,
don't. Yeah,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. And nice talking to you guys. Uh, all the best. To be honest, Pulsechain. I'll follow until it's lunch. Um, and
Thank you.
we'll go from there. Kids are in the house. Kids are in the house. Wife went for shopping. She emptied my pocket, so I'm bit I'm bit down today. So talk to you later.
Makes
Have
perfect
fun.
sense. Here's my credit card, woman.
No, no, Tommy, don't give me
That's
a
my
million
default
dollars.
phrase.
Don't give me a million
What you
dollars.
say makes perfect sense. Take
yeah.
my credit card.
It's
You-
like a new way of scamming. Like feeling like you're a victim, then everyone just give the the phrase. Like I can give it to you right now. I am about to cry, bro. Really, honestly.
Sorry, you have what?
Like it's like outrage marketing, but
Yeah.
in the scam world. Like it's different. You start feel like you're like a victim or something, like you have like problems, like you have a life, and then you want to share knowledge, and then everyone will say, okay, I am just a poor guy, and so on and so forth, and then everyone will give you something, and then it will be like a technique. I know you are not a scammer, but I'm just saying that it could work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I know. I mean, people have, believe me or not, I believe loads of people have hundreds of millions in their pocket, but they still scam other people.
It
That's
could be.
probably how
It
they
could
got
be.
those millions.
Do you understand what I mean? So, like, it happens. I don't know. Riches always want some more money, money, money. Rich people always want more money, more money, more money. We call it decentralization, but it's actually, I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you all go and have a good day. Nice talking to you. Yeah? And obviously, we wait for the lunch and stuff. And sorry to interrupt and again apologize. And I'm sure only thing of what I believed is that being nice with people and being friendly will get me somewhere. That's what I believe now, because
You're absolutely right.
that's what I. But if I
Have a
make
good one. Stay positive.
okay, guys, I'm gonna go. And sorry to interrupt and look after yourself, guys. Thank you.
I don't know. I'm always kind of skeptical of nice people.
Well, healthy skepticism is good, but I do agree. Being positive gets you places versus being negative. I learned this the hard way all the time. Like I'm a pessimist at heart, which is good for some investment decisions, but it's not good for social life, obviously, and learning. People love to share knowledge, but if you're very negative, unlikely.
JC, I like that photo, Richard as president.
What do you say, Adrian?
I was saying that I like that photo with Richard as United States president.
Who asked you to ask that photo? It's in Twitter. It's in Twitter or what?
So anyone here thinks we're at the market bottom, or everyone's still bearish?
I don't
Still
think we're
pretty
there yet.
bearish. I mean, aside from some events that we know may or may not happen, I do think there's potential for some sideways action actually. But yeah, there's the 141,000 Bitcoin dump, right? Even if it goes on OTC. Because OTC is not like some magic isolated market that doesn't affect price.
Yeah, that's supposed to be next month, isn't it?
I think September. Although actually, no, August. Yeah, towards mid to end of August.
So it might get like a kind of breakout, then the Gox coins could be like the retest.
They could literally be the bottom, but yeah, who knows? I mean, they definitely should push the price lower to some more reasonable support level, because I don't really see, or maybe I'm doing my TA wrong, but I'm not really seeing any actual support being hit yet. And considering that this is a bear market that's supposed to form a proper bottom, this would be pretty weak in my opinion.
Well, I'm looking at the weekly chart on Bitcoin, and it's like a technical buy right here.
Yep, that I agree.
But yeah, like the Gox coins could be like another wick, but it might break up before we get that wick, so it might be like a breakout kind of retest kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're talking mostly about time, right? The price levels, I think, are definitely an indicator that we're close to a bottom. Where exactly, I don't know. Time-wise, I just have no idea. We could be going straight back from now, be going sideways for 6 months. Who the fuck knows? I don't think there's a lot of downside, but it could be. I'm more looking at what would be a realistic time that we're definitely not in a bear market anymore.
There's another interest rate decision coming up soon or something, isn't there? Something like that.
Wasn't it just adjusted to 75 basis points? I remember seeing something yesterday, I think. When was the last time with an actual recession? 2009, 2008, 2009, I guess.
2008 was like the big one. That was like the Iceland. Remember, Iceland almost went bankrupt, and like there was a big housing market crash in the USA.
Yeah, just looking at rate hikes over in the history.
Yeah, I'm just interested in what's going to happen to like the dollar index, because I mean, there's a good chance it could be topping out here, and if the dollar goes into a downtrend, that's like mega bullish for crypto. And
Absolutely.
basically, crypto has never seen the dollar in a downtrend on the monthly chart. So all these previous bull markets were just little pullbacks inside an uptrend.
Let's see, DXY.
I mean, imagine if you see a downtrend, like if you have a look at 1985 on the monthly chart. Imagine if the crypto market sees that. That would be like that would be the biggest crypto bull market in history.
Yeah, that would be insane, but it's trending upwards.
Even like 2000, 2002. Basically, we've never seen like a big downtrend in the Dixie.
Well, I mean, depends what time frame you're looking at. Obviously, in the 2000s to 2010, there was quite a downtrend, but yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
why I'm
sure.
looking at the monthly chart, because let me see, 2010. Yeah, well, 2000.
Even just looking at the lows, like there's always lower lows in the Dixie over the last, what, 25, 50 years?
Yeah, but if you look at the monthly chart, like this uptrend that we're in now started 2008, and then
Yeah.
all these crypto bull markets have been just little blipped downtrends inside one big uptrend.
Much, yeah.
I'm going to post my chart in the chat, see what you think.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I just put the image in the chat just now.
Cheers. So the yellow downtrend is based on what, the new resistance?
Yeah, it's just, you know, yeah, it's like that's like a head and shoulders pattern. It's quite common to get sell off there, but you know, it's 50-50.
All right. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if it breaks out of that uptrend, then for sure.
I mean, it could keep going up to the 1985 highs. You know, you just never know.
That would be insane.
But you know, all this money that was printed, I don't think that is actually filtered into the markets yet. So it just, you know, it just depends how much, because it's compared against other fiat currencies. It depends how much they've printed. So if the US has printed more than Europe, then it should go down. In theory, it should.
Well, Euro's been printing a lot as well. I don't know if it compares.
Then they could print a shit ton, and you don't know if they're just going to hoard it. You don't know. Even if you know they've printed a shitload, you don't know that it's going to hit the markets.
It probably would, but typically it takes a couple of years. Well, there's all sorts of tactics that businesses also use. Like, I don't know, smaller quantities, same price.
Have you seen the M1 money flow chart or whatever it's called? Have you seen that one?
Nope.
I'm going to post it. It's like insane.
The money supply chart.
I think it's called M1 money stock.
Oh, it went up like wow, 2021.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that chart, you would think like the dollar should go to like zero. You see what I mean?
Yeah, it went from what, 4,000 to 20K span of a year or so.
Doesn't make sense that the dollar's in an uptrend when you see that chart. But I think what's happening is all the other currencies are running to the dollar for safety because all their currencies are inflating as well. Like someone made like the milkshake theory or something. But it could be one like mega. It could be one mega bull trap, like sucking everyone into the dollar and then dumping the dollar on their heads.
Yes, I don't know if it's the smartest decision. I think there is also, if you pay attention, then there's also a lot of countries that are going into minerals, other commodities, gold, obviously. Like some of them are really increasing their reserves, but staying away from the dollar. It'll be interesting for sure over the next 5 years or so. 5 to 10 maybe. It would be interesting if could the US dollar prove the historic chart of how long global reserve currencies last or not. I mean, the longest one has lasted was 110 years. We're
I
at
think the
like
average
90 plus.
I think the average is 50,
100
isn't
is
it?
on average. What?
Yeah, because it didn't.
The chart
I
I'm
think
looking at is like between 90 and 100.
the British pound used to be the major currency, didn't it?
Yeah, that was before World War II happened. Then after World War II, the reserve currency became the dollar.
Well, Google says the average lifespan is 27 years.
There may be a different definition of when to start tracking it as a global reserve currency, since that's not always easy. But since basically, as far as we can record data, like 1450, it was Portugal 80 years, Spain 110, Netherlands 80, France 95. Britain was until the 20s, right? 105 years. And since I would say since the 90s is when it's been tracked for the US dollar. Actually earlier than that, never mind. Yeah, basically after World War II. 40s, 50s. Since we're on the topic of reserve currencies, what are you guys' thoughts on the next one? I don't know, 10, 20 years down the road, whether BRICS or different one?
Could be Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin is not going to be the reserve currency of the world.
Nah.
I really think that it will
Good.
be probably a CBDC.
What about a
But
global
issued by who?
CBDC?
I mean, that's
I mean, the problem is that what do you replace the US dollar with, right? Like, I think that the US are bringing out CBDC in 2025, so that's my time frame on it.
I mean, it's same shit, different name, right?
It's
Yeah,
just like
correct.
Luna
China
2.0.
does.
Yeah, but that's not how that works. I mean, you don't just slap a new name on your currency
Yeah,
and then
Terra
it
2.0. Why not?
becomes world reserve.
I mean, whatever they bring out, it's going to be back printed out of thin air. So what difference does it make?
Yeah, but you know, a world reserve currency is defined by what? Like people accepting it. It's not gonna be that if you just rename it. I mean, I'm sorry, that's a joke.
Yeah,
I mean,
the global reserve currency, I mean, it's just having the ability to be able to essentially export the dollar wherever you want it to go, and it being the favorable currency of choice, particularly for transaction globally. But you know, China could edge it in
Yes,
there.
but that comes inherent from the participating parties, not from the one that issues it, right?
Correct. Yes, correct.
So what makes you think that a reserve currency in decline, nearing its end, once slapped a new name on it, is going to be accepted by the other participating parties?
Well, the Chinese yuan might take over, but it's got a long way to go.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the BRICS meeting from yesterday. Uh, they're saying they're going to issue a reserve, international reserve currency, which of course is laughable because you don't just issue a new currency and then from the next day it's a reserve. But it is, ironically, that's more likely than US dollar just renaming itself. Essentially, I know it's slightly more complex than that, but it's really just what it is, and continuing to be for another.
what makes the dollar the reserve anyway? I mean,
The fact that other countries want it and take it as their reserves.
Yeah, exactly that. And transact with it.
That's the that's it. Like the reason behind it, you can go into all sorts of details, but that's what defines that. So if you watch countries and their reserves and how those are changing, you can see what potentially could be another reserve in the future.
and
Because right
so
now it's very unclear.
why wouldn't those countries accept dollar 2.0?
Well, because they're already moving away from US dollar reserves as we speak.
Yeah, I know what you're referring to there, Toby, in terms of what Ray Dalio talked about, the ever-changing reserve currency world order. I can't remember the video it was, but you can go check it out on YouTube. But the only thing is what do you replace it with? Because China's currency isn't that great, and people say the
Exactly.
ruble, but the ruble is not going to is only used in parts of the world. It's not really used in the whole world, right? So it's like, and then the dollar recently has got stronger. just it's very dependent on a
Well,
lot
we're
of things.
talking like 10, 20 years down the road. It's not something that's going to be clear today. I mean, I agree with you. China is far from being in that position. But if you look at the BRICS group, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, they could potentially get there. I don't know if they will in 10, 20 years.
So are they talking about launching a joint controlled
Yes,
currency,
they
or
just
what?
they just did that yesterday.
They got a name for it yet, or?
Well, I mean, I don't think so, but it's maybe it'll be BRICS, which would be a horrible name, but
So that could be like, that could be stronger than dollar, I guess, couldn't it?
I don't know.
Well,
That's why I'm asking in the group, because
well, the way that
at this
China is setting
stage,
themselves up, they're probably likely to be. Like, you think about the places they've decided to rebuild. Most of Africa, they provide most of Africa with electricity, running water, things of that nature. They've moved into like Iraq and Afghanistan. They've basically become sole suppliers and just brought in work crews to make their infrastructure, but they've become reliant on China. So
yeah.
USDC are bringing out a euro, aren't they, or something?
Oh yeah, bad timing for it, but yes.
Maybe they're thinking the dollar's going down or something. I don't know. Because they're backed by, aren't they? Isn't USDC Goldman Sachs?
I think
Yeah, I know Ray Dalio, Money Gang, thanks. I agree with you that China positioned themselves quite well, but they're currently undergoing sort of a financial crisis of their own. Primarily that, like, I've lived in China for 5 years, and I've never once seen a single person demonstrate or protest on the street, because it's not something you do there. What I'm seeing now is mass protests because people are unwilling to pay mortgages or down payments for housing that isn't being built. because Evergrande just leveraged, or the real estate market leveraged itself like by hundreds or thousands and is defaulting. And mind you, the local Chinese governments do not receive tax money. They essentially don't have tax because either they don't have much or people don't pay it. So the main income is from real estate, selling land. So China either needs to crack down and introduce and enforce tax payments, or they'll have some massive issues on their hands over the next 10, 20 years.
Or isn't part China already on central bank digital currencies?
What was that?